Hey everybody, welcome back to the Sixers Sense podcast. I'm your host Lucas with Chris, representing the Blue Coats because their season just ended today. Shout out to the Blue Coats, regular season anyway. That being said, it doesn't feel like they might be the best team to root for right now related to the Sixers organization. Or is it? We don't know. There's a lot to talk about today.
Well, yeah, Lucas, we are coming off of two pretty impressive wins. Granted, against
Is it impressive against teams that are trying to lose, though?
I think in Philly's current situation, it's pretty impressive to blow anyone out. We'll start with the Kings game, 139-118 on the road over
the
worst team in basketball.
Yes.
No Tyrese, no Joel, no Paul George, standard stuff. 38 points, 11 assists in this game, Lucas. For VJ Edgecombe, 27 for Quentin Grimes with 7 assists, 32 in 33 minutes with 7 made threes for Justin Edwards, his best game of the season. 13, 11, and 4 off the bench in 24 minutes for Andre Drummond. Maxime Renaud had 30 points for the Kings, led the way for them. 20 points for Daquan Plowden. That's the kind of guys they're running out.
Who's Daquan Plowden? I don't even know who that is. And I'm not even joking. I'm being dead serious. I have no idea who Daquan.
Green.
Okay, cool. I guess that's
yeah.
cool. Hey, look, your favorite pick from the 2017 draft, Killian Hayes, got a 2-year deal.
He's got a real contract.
Yeah, good for him.
We're back up.
Are you back endorsing Killian Hayes as an NBA player?
Look, 8 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, 1 block in this game. 3 of 12 from the field, 0-4 from 3.
Yeah,
he can really pass the ball, and he's a good defender. He can't score.
Two assists.
Okay,
2 turnovers.
Well, that's not the only ending. He's had some good passing games.
He's like the new Alfred Payton.
Sure. I guess.
It's okay. I'm on Alfred Payton Island, so I get it.
Look, he can, scoring is a little bit important nowadays, but
yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Well, not scoring, just being able to shoot the ball from downtown at all.
Yeah, it's overrated,
Is it? Is it?
Look, Lucas, VJ, speaking of scoring.
Yeah, VJ, let's go to something good.
The only 3 other rookies in Sixers history with 30 points and 10 assists in a game. Those are Allen Iverson, Ben Simmons, and Jared McCain. What were your takeaways from this game?
Well, great game for VJ. We needed, as a fan base, I think we needed this. But I actually want to talk to you about Quinn Grimes and Justin Edwards, the other 2 leading scorers in this game. So does it worry you, or what are your thoughts when it comes to these 2 guys? Because they don't thrive as like reserve guys who get limited touches and all that. But when they're featured guys here, they actually produce pretty good. Justin Edwards being the prime example. I mean, Quinn Grimes, maybe to a lesser extent in that regard, but still, does the best when they are the featured guys here, our top 3 options. Your thoughts, is this something that is good for the Sixers or is actually bad for the Sixers?
I think it's good when we're shorthanded like this. They don't win these games without Quentin.
Quentin or Justin, yeah.
Yeah, he's been pretty good when they've needed him to be this kind of player, which is worth something as like a depth piece. I think another point with him where it's just like he's a solid 6th man, 7th man type of guard. He's gonna have his bad stretches. He's gonna have his really good stretches. Obviously, the meter kind of fluctuates with him, but
yeah,
I'm fine with Quentin at this point. I think Edwards is. It's like he's just never going to get to the place where this is his role on a regular basis. So he's not really like a creator type either. It's just like sometimes he gets really hot from 3 when the Sixers need someone to make shots.
Yeah.
He can do that a bit more consistently. I'm not out on Justin as like solid rotation wing.
He is pretty young too. We got to remember that. He's pretty young.
I think this is an encouraging game for both of them, especially for Justin, who I feel he could really use down the stretch here. Depending on how a few injuries and suspensions sort themselves out. So
yeah. Question sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying I'm pretty encouraged by this. You would like to see them maybe buy, especially with Quentin, like just buying into a smaller role and doing bit more of the dirty work in some of these games instead of just trying to force his way into the offense would be ideal. But
Yeah.
overall, I think this was encouraging.
Yeah, I think overall, obviously, you need Quinn and Justin to step up in these games, and that's great. I am concerned about Quinn's, vision of himself when it comes to free agency next summer. Yeah, no. And like obviously, like, can he be a guy on a winning team? Yet to be determined. But he's a guy that can put up numbers, and that these games might price him out of the Sixers price range in free agency, which
I'm
you're
fine.
gonna walk now. Now you don't have Jared McCain, which we'll get to in a minute here. But like you're gonna lose Jared McCain and Quinn Grimes in the span of like 6 months. Good job, Daryl Morey.
Yeah,
Um,
the McCain thing is bad in its own merits.
yeah, but
I'm
like
not like
now you
either.
have no backcourt depth unless you want to count Marjan Beauchamp, who I'm okay with Marjan being a long term piece, a depth piece, but like I'm okay with that. Definitely don't want any more campaign. That's for sure. Yeah, no. So anyway, we can go on to the most previous game.
Okay, 126, 116 the other night, Lucas. Philly beating the Utah Jazz 22 with 13 rebounds and 4 assists in this game for VJ, 25 for Quentin, despite only making 1 3, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. 16 for Dembona, 20 off the bench, 9 rebounds, 4 assists. One of the better Trendon Watford games we've gotten in a while. He was 7 for 11 from the field.
He might be
And
starting next tomorrow too. Yeah, because of the injury to
Campaign, you
Barlow.
just said you never want to see again. 16 points, 7 assists, 4 of 10, 3 of 7
Not
from
the most
3.
efficient game, but okay.
I mean, 16 points on 10 shots is pretty good in my book.
Mm.
Uh, yeah. Look, I think a more impressive win-ish. Maybe not. Utah's kind of in the same boat as Sacramento at this point. 25 for our guy Ace Bailey in this game. Gave VJ a nice little battle. 4 of
Yeah,
14 from 3, though.
7 of 20 from the field. Mm.
Utah only played 8 players,
Who's
19 off the
Be?
bench.
Who the heck is Bez Mabing? Is that how you say his name? He played 45 minutes. Who the heck is that?
He played at Yale. I
And is Elijah Harkless related to Mo Harkless by chance? Because then I could get behind it. I don't know.
That's actually a great question. I feel like he is. I
Also, shout out to former West
this.
Virginia Kentucky center Oscar Tshiebwe getting some minutes in this game. I do enjoy former West Virginia guys, even if he betrayed us being in the NBA. Not officially a West Virginia guy because he didn't finish college there, but still, you know what? I'll take it.
He's not related to Mo Harkless, so
Would have been cooler if he was. Would have been
it would be
cooler.
cooler if you were.
Yeah. Trent Wofford, yeah, he might be starting tomorrow because Barlow went out with an injury pretty early on in this game.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
So, there, go ahead.
Nope. You keep going.
Yeah. So, we might get a starting lineup of VJ, Quinn, Adembona, Trent Wofford, and Justin Edwards. I think the next game after this, after the Thunder game, is going to be when we get Paul George back, and that's a whole nother thing. We'll probably have another episode out by then, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Ankle sprain for Dom Barlow. I don't think it is a serious issue. I guess we'll see how that kind of unfolds. But yeah, we're gonna be pretty short-handed for this OKC game, Lucas. And I don't really have much more to add on beating up on bad teams, even though we're kind of bad ourselves at the
we
moment.
needed the
So
wins. We needed the wins.
I guess if you want to keep winning, if that's where we are in the season. If we're gonna try to pretend
Look,
to do this
you're
thing.
you're you're still 7 games up above 500. I don't think you can purposely lose at this point to the point where it would take a VJ Edgecombe injury, and I'm not wishing that on anybody, obviously. So,
I
uh,
would rather have the 13th best lottery odds than be the 8th seed and lose.
I
Though,
mean, I
then
get
again,
that.
we'll see what happens.
I mean, look, yeah, there's that, but like at the same time, look,
They're
it's
not
not
going to
gonna
try to
happen. They're
do
not
it.
gonna they're not gonna tank because
No,
obviously Maury's and Nick's jobs on the line, or they should be. We should also mention that the person in charge of all Harris Blitzer sports teams is, of course, Bob Myers, the architect of four championships in Golden State. So if Bob Myers sees something wrong here, which I mean, I think most
Architect.
people,
All right.
yeah, I'm just saying, he was.
Anyone can. Yeah. Steph was the architect. Okay.
Okay. Well,
Fair.
great.
Whatever.
Anyway, to move on.
Lucas, we play the Thunder tomorrow. Jalen Williams is back for OKC, which is just what we needed.
Yeah.
OKC, very good team. First place in the West, probably going to win the championship again. Jared McCain has the most points off the bench of anyone playing less than 20 minutes per game since the trade deadline by a pretty hefty margin. He's been one of the best bench players in the NBA since going to OKC. Pretty much right off the bat, just looked awesome game one.
Yeah.
Hasn't really had very many down nights. How many points is Jared going to score in this game? We know he wants revenge. We all heard the diss track. What are we feeling for McCain's stat line in this one?
I think Jalen Williams has not been looking great whenever he has returned from injury this season. I think we're going to get at least a 20-piece, if not a 30-piece. And you know what? Jared McCain's going to get a standing O. He's going to get a standing O. On top of that, I want to also warn Daryl Morey, do not go to the game tomorrow night. Do not be that GM that goes to the game, and certainly do not sit courtside.
You get the Nico Harrison reaction shots.
I think it's going to be worse than that, because that's OKC. They're nice people out in Oklahoma. Philly is not nice people.
Oh,
You're not nice.
They were pretty mad in Dallas.
I'm not. Oh, you're right. It was Dallas, but still, Dallas is not Philly when it comes to our fans. We know this.
Also, Jared is not Luka.
Yeah, but I don't know. We are almost treating this like the Luka thing.
We kind of are, though.
Yeah, we kind of are. So, like, let's be realistic here. Daryl, don't go to the game.
Daryl should not be sitting courtside.
Yeah, Daryl, don't go to the game at all. Just chill at home.
You know what? He should be sitting courtside. He should wear a shirt that says "Sold High" and just lean into the bit.
Oh my gosh! Somebody would throw something at that man.
Sold High over a campaign jersey.
Yeah. By the way, it's not lost on me that Campaign is wearing number 20 already. Just saying, not lost on me there.
Wasn't that his number before?
No,
right?
I'm pretty sure it wasn't. I mean, I can check.
I forget, but yeah, okay. Is there any world, Lucas, in which McCain struggles and I don't even know what the discourse would be in that case?
I think Daryl Morey would drive that
in those minutes.
Yeah.
Maybe it depends. I mean, he's gonna be playing with Shea and stuff. Probably not. I don't know, but
I think based off the fact that the Thunder were willing to fight. Yeah, he wore 22 last time he was in Philly. No,
okay. That's fine.
No, it's definitely petty there. No, I think that
who was it that said McCain is like up there with what's his name? James Johnson of guys you don't want to fight.
Who said that?
It was someone. Jared McCain. I'm gonna look this up. Let's talk about it.
I'm sorry, I can't. But no,
I'll
say this.
I'm gonna find it.
While you're doing that, I will say something else. Going back to like the primary option offensively, all that. I'll say this: the Thunder are petty. They got into a fight with the Wizards the other night. Okay, they are petty. They got into a fight with literally one of the worst teams. Got into the crowd. So to say that team would not purposely feed Jared McCain to get him as many points as possible. I would not put it past them. Yeah.
Jared is scoring 30 in this game, just to be clear.
I would.
All right.
It could be 40.
Lucas, this is good. I'm reading a quote from Chandler Parsons on Run It Back. Quote, you know that James Johnson's like a fighter. What? Yes. You know that James Johnson's like a fighter and trained? I heard Jared McCain is almost the same level. I heard he's not one to mess with. Someone told me that I was like, no way. And he's like, 1,000% true. That dude can fight.
I do not take that seriously. Not in the least bit. I can't. We know what Jared was about before he got drafted. We know what Jared was about after he got drafted. To say that he is no.
I mean, you
No.
can make fun TikToks and be a fighter. Those are not mutually
That's
exclusive.
true, but like the personality
He
doesn't
seems
fit
very
it.
nice and good
Yeah,
natured.
he's
I
yeah.
agree.
I don't unless he's like a Bruce Lee like Imp Man type thing going on. Like,
Maybe we'll see it tomorrow.
um,
Maybe he just like
who does
takes
he
out the
fight?
whole.
Everybody on that team loves him.
I don't know.
Maybe Nick Nurse.
Campaign,
Maybe he'll fight Nick Nurse. I would love that. I would love that.
campaign versus Jared McCain. They could get after it.
Campaign would lose, and I'm
Oh,
saying
there
that
you
with my
go.
opinion.
There you
I would,
go.
yeah, and I'm saying that with my opinion of Jeremy McCain being what it is. That being it as a fighter. That being said, look, this is a bad look. And you talked about it, Jeremy McCain as being one of the best six men in OKC, not Sonics, but OKC history since basically James Harden. You know, you brought it. You hinted towards it in the past. Fastest player in OKC history to get 100 points off the bench since 2012. That's James Harden-esque. Now, do we think Jared McCain can become like a franchise guy? You know, we debated that in the past. It's too early to tell, but he's not going to be that in OKC. Does he go somewhere else? We'll see. But um, look, if he looks great, is let me ask you this, Chris. If he looks great, is this the mistake that ends Daryl Morey's career? We went over this kind of when we did the grades on Daryl Morey, right? So
Yeah.
is this a straw that broke the camel's back?
I mean, I don't want to say anything too definitive at this point. It'll depend on how the rest of the season goes, what happens in the playoffs, if we get there, etc. But it feels like the mistake that maybe should, or at least that most Sixer fans will say should end his tenure here.
I know you're bullish on firing Morey, and you know he's made a lot of good moves. We've discussed that, but he's missed
No,
on.
look, I'm ready. I'm ready to
You're
start.
ready. You're ready.
I just do want some like affirmation that it'll be a good replacement. That's what
Well, we
I'm.
don't. Well, you know, do you trust Bob Myers?
No, not
Okay,
really.
well then that's your affirmation. I'm sorry. I do trust Bob Myers. And we can agree to disagree on that one. But look, Daryl's a GM that can make great moves along the margins, and he can find that one superstar. But surrounding that superstar with another co-star, you saw it in Houston, and now we're seeing it in Philly. He struggled to find a good and consistent complementary star that can stay with that has staying power. He struggled with it with
Yeah,
what he went through Dwight, CP3, Russ, and okay
yeah,
in Houston,
that's
and
fair.
yeah,
I
and
think
then
he mishandled the Harden thing. I think Harden should have been that guy, and he just shot himself in the foot.
yeah, and then I mean yeah, you mishandled Ben, you mishandled Harden, now you're mishandling obviously we had to throw the money at somebody. We threw it at Paul George. That was
I
a
mean,
mistake.
he
At the
did
time, we
draft
thought
right.
look, it was worth a shot. And to be fair, he started with Joel as the star. Had some good years out of Joel. Now you're shifting to Maxi as the star, and it's just it doesn't. He's
It's
on a
tough
two-time
because
lines.
The Maxi pick was one of the better picks in recent history. That was the
Yeah.
co-star in theory,
Well,
next to
he
Joel.
became from the co-star to the star.
The Paul George thing, again, everyone I think was pretty on board with that being the quote
But
unquote.
at the same time, we knew that the CBA was changing the landscape. Does Morey prepare to change with that, or does he stick with a three-star lineup? He goes with a three-star lineup, which we know has basically hampered the three-star lineup. Basically, ended the Jared McCain thing before it even got started here, really in Philly. So Morey, for being as innovative as he is, first is now talking about getting rid of the 3-point shot, even though it's the thing that made him famous in Houston, right? And now, like, being the cap wizard that he is, he didn't see the problem with having 3 max contracts on the books. Instead, he leaned into it. Like, even if you don't count the McCain thing, the other stuff can be fireable offenses as well. Mismanagement of the co-stars.
Yeah, I don't even think it's the stars. I think it's like really the Isaiah Joe, Jared McCain stuff where you just make these great finds and then you sort of fumble them along the way and can't build out a solid roster despite the ability to clearly a good ability to evaluate and find talent.
Which is crazy because he did it so well and okay, like outside of
I think he
Rocco.
still does it well. He's just made unforced errors. It's probably more on ownership, frankly, for making him duck the tax. That is what most of this comes back around to at the end of the day. They only
Unless,
traded McCain because George got suspended and it became super easy to duck the tax. Like,
yeah,
that's an ownership move, really, at the end of the day. Maybe not trading McCain specifically, but
you could
like
have
if he
traded
had,
Drummond and gotten underneath the tax too. Like you could have traded
yeah,
other
but
options, but you chose McCain.
it's
Eh,
not
eh,
all on Morey. It's not all his fault, but
But to be fair, I'm
yeah,
pretty sure Nick Nurse said, "I don't want McCain here."
maybe. I mean, it is technically speculation. We don't know that for
It
sure,
is
but
speculation. It is speculation. But tell me that any other coach has. I mean, look. Granted, OKC has a great coach. I know you love him, Mark Dagnall. But look, Nick Nurse is supposed to be a championship coach. You're telling me that he can't figure out a way to use Jared McCain the way that Mark Dagnall does?
I am far more. I'm like 80% there on just fire Daryl Morey, whatever, maybe
Uh huh.
closer. But I'm totally ready and willing to fire Nick Nurse.
Okay,
If I
cool.
had to pick one, I'd fire Nurse first.
Yeah, that's fine. Look, maybe Morey deserves another season, but Nick Nurse, you could talk me into Morey. You can't talk me into Nurse. Nurse has to go.
Yeah,
And look, I think at the end of the day, you got to figure out what's going to work best for Maxi moving forward. And Daryl Morey, yet again, Daryl Morey's not a people person, not understanding locker room dynamics. We saw it back in Houston with Carmelo, with CP, all that stuff. The Jared McCain thing is just the most recent example. And you made your
okay.
you made your superstar Maxi sad that you traded away his one of his buddies.
Pick one coach right now to be the Sixers head coach next year.
Available or like not available?
Realistically available.
Sam Cassell
Okay,
already has a
good
relationship with
one. Yeah,
yes, already has a relationship with Maxi, helped with his initial development, and on top of that, has been an assistant for God knows how long.
it
Deserves
really
a
is
chance.
crazy that he hasn't been hired yet.
Yeah, Sam Cassell is the easy answer. I could go deep dive more on different guys, but let Sam Cassell is the easy answer, and it should have been the answer from the beginning.
Yeah,
When Doc got fired, I think everybody was saying, "Hey, Sam Cassell, he has a relationship. Why not?"
I think that's fair. I would also tentatively throw out Chris Quinn down in
I
Miami.
was thinking Chris Quinn too, maybe Karan Butler on that Heat staff as well. Maybe
Yeah,
Karan's not ready, but
I
like
think,
Chris
yeah,
Quinn.
I probably prefer Chris just based on my limited reading on the subject.
Now,
We
I
don't
will
really know what they
say
are,
we
obviously,
got to,
but
yeah. I will also say we got to start looking at Missoula's bench. Got to see if we can
Sam
find
Cassell.
another, huh? I
Sam
mean, look, I know
Cassell.
we. I mean, not find another Joe Missoula somewhere. I don't know. He does have a
Sam
former college
Cassell is
teammate on
on
his
Missoula's bench, is what I'm
who
saying. Sam
who.
Cassell.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Sam Cassell. I was actually thinking of his college teammate Deshaun Butler too, though he's probably not ready for a head coaching job. But neither was Joe Missoula, right? But he figured it out.
Let's go through the Boston coaching staff here real quick. Head coach Joe Mazzulla, assistant coach Sam Cassell, Tony Dobbins, DJ McLeahy, Emil Jefferson,
Mm.
Phil Pressey is
Phil
their
Pressey's a name.
he's
He's a
the
former
head
NBA
coach of the
player.
Maine Celtics right now.
Oh wait, no,
You
are we
know,
talking about Phil Pressey Senior or Phil Pressey Junior?
um, I'm,
I mean, both of them played in the NBA. I'm just
hmm,
curious now.
Michael
Phil
Phillips.
Pressey Senior played in the '80s. So is it a
Yeah,
really old guy
it
or
was no, it was it's junior. Yeah, okay.
okay, cool. Okay, yeah.
Uh, yeah.
Deshaun Butler, yeah, yeah.
Honestly, pay Brad Stevens. I don't care what it takes. Give him all the money.
No,
30 million a year.
no, he doesn't want to coach again.
I don't care. Pay him to the point that it doesn't matter.
But no, I mean, look, I think Sam Cassell is the easy option here. It's a guy that Maxi trusts. It's a guy that Joel trusts, really, too.
Yeah, I think that would be good for VJ. Would have been great from Kane.
It would have been, but anyway.
Um,
So we are agreement. No more. We'll see what happens to Morey, but it's time for Nick Nurse to go. That being said, let's shift gears, Chris.
All
And
right.
let's talk about expansion. Now, we teased this last episode. So, I'm going to pull up the Sixers salary cap for the next couple years. And we're going to go through which players would you protect in a 2028 expansion. Now, we're not projecting players and all that. We're just going to say who is on the roster and who is not, right? So, what I want you to do is, and I'll pull it up here too. Give me a minute here. Wait a second. Wrong part of that. I need to get to the wrong. Hang on. Where is it? Give me. Oh, contract. Nope, not contracts.
All right, Lucas. I'll do
Yeah, I
it.
guess.
This
Yeah,
is
hang
the
on. I got it. I got it. I
2028
got it.
off season.
I got it.
Well,
So 2028, Joel has a player option. We're going to assume that he's exercising that.
he's picking that up.
Tyrese Maxey's on the roster. VJ's on the roster. Jean Broom is on the roster. The rest of these players are not on the roster after 2027.
Yeah.
So Paul George, we do not have to worry about him, and he has a player option after next year. By the way, we're assuming he's picking that up as well. So Chris, out of those four players, are you protecting Joel from a 2028 expansion?
So you can protect up to 8. Do you have to
Yeah.
leave one guy unprotected? Is that the rule?
I
They will
mean,
have more
we're
guys.
assuming that we're going to have more players at this point under contract.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm
but
not
yeah,
protecting
I-
my room. I don't think.
You're not protecting Janai Broom. No, that's fine. Well, he's a team option for that year, so they might just cut bait with him at that point anyway. But actually,
Yeah.
in 2027, his contract's not fully guaranteed either. So, should note that.
Yeah. So the conversation is just, do we protect Joel, basically?
Yeah, because we're protecting Tyrese and VJ, obviously.
Yeah, that will be his age 34-ish year, 34, 35.
35-ish year. He's 32 right now.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I
Do
think
you
33,
protect
34.
him? Well, even if you don't protect him, does Seattle or Vegas want to bring in a 35-year-old center
Probably.
who, for the past 2 seasons, has not played over 40 games?
I mean, this is the lame answer. It depends on what happens the next 2 years.
Oh, gosh. You're right, though.
Based on the current trajectory of things, I would assume they probably would not put
Probably
themselves
not.
in that position. I can see the appeal if he is playing well enough to bring in a ready-made star and maybe compete a little bit right out of the gate. If you're trying to get
Yeah.
fans in a new arena, but I would assume that it's probably a Philly does not protect him and he stays
Yeah.
anyways, or maybe they do protect him just to preserve that relationship because that can be pretty
Good
dicey
for
if
after.
you don't and then he
Yeah.
doesn't get picked up. It's just going to be really awkward.
I mean,
So
because he's going to be making $67 million that year. Do you see? I just don't see either expansion team taking a 35-year-old Joel Embiid making $67 million.
yeah,
You might as well. And here, okay, so if he continues to have the injury struggles that he is having, do you honestly think he picks up that last player option, or do you think he retires? I could see him in a world. There's a world where I see him retiring before he picks up that last player option, because money is not a thing for Joel. If you read that article from last summer, which we both have, he put money out on the table to see if his friends would steal it. So
Yeah.
money is not a thing for Joel. And look, he would have been he's made so much money. The money would not matter at that point. It's the whether or not he has the love of the game left and if he thinks he can play. Which projection says probably not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's tough. I love Joel. It's really hard for me to imagine him not being in a Sixers uniform. I don't want to be mean.
I get it. I get it.
I don't think he's going to be leaving via expansion, however you slice it.
No, I think it's more retirement, whether it's that last player option or not.
It's not out of the question. I assume he's going to take the $67 million on the way out the door. That's how most people operate.
And
but
he's just going to be the end of the bench sage type guy at that point, like a Kevin Love.
I'm not going to write off the idea that he is still good in 3 years.
I'm not saying that physically he can't be good, but
Yeah,
physically he won't be. I don't think I don't think his skill set will diminish, but I think the health of his body. Look, he played 33 games this year, and now it's an oblique injury, which has nothing to do with the legs, and he's still dealing with
I
other
mean, look, here's the thing.
abnormal injuries. Like, I just don't know if the
Did,
body's going to hold up.
did we think Kawhi Leonard was capable of having this season at this point?
That is a valid argument, but
Anything's
on the
possible.
inverse,
Did we
Kawhi,
expect James Harden to be like the most durable player in the league for into his mid-30s? Not
okay,
really. You never know.
not after the fat suit incident, no. But I will also say, in defense, Kawhi and James are the exceptions, and LeBron James too are the exception to these rules. Not usually, big guys that have traumatic injury after traumatic injury.
Yeah.
Like, did you see the picture of Jabari Walker's knee recently? Like, that was horrendous. Gosh.
Yeah.
I mean, I have a messed up knee, but, like, it's not anything close to that, man. That looks like it's from, like, it looked like, Jason got a hold of that. It looks like he took Freddy Krueger's claws and just, like, scratched his knee because he got itchy or something. Like, Jesus. No, I think that for the most, look, his skill set, I don't expect much to diminish, but we already seen the lack of it. We've seen the reduction in athleticism due to the rebounding and other forms of it. Yeah, no, I think, VJ and Maxey, unless they decide to trade Maxey, which I think would be ridiculous at this time, but because he'll only be, what, like 28 when this happens?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, a lot of middle-tier stars get traded when their teams are kind of going nowhere fast. But
you think Maxey is a middle tier? Hold up. Did you just refer to Maxey as a middle tier star?
Middle-aged is what I meant.
Okay, I was about to say middle tier. No, he is not a Zach LaVine,
DeMar
DeRozan
on a middle-tier team. Yeah, depends on how good VJ becomes. Depends on a lot of things, but yeah, it'll be interesting.
Yeah. Well, just for a fun exercise, let's project based off the current roster who would be here in 2028. Just for no, you don't want to do that.
How are we going to do that?
I mean,
we're going to go through the next 2 free agent classes.
I mean, like, okay, yeah. Let's look at it. Quentin Grimes probably not here.
I don't think that we might need to prep more for that one, Lucas.
Okay, fine, whatever, fine. I'm just saying,
it'd
be fun
for a future episode where we can prep.
Okay, fine, whatever. I'm just thinking, like, it would be a fun thought exercise. Does Kelly Oubre stay here for 2 more years?
I just think we need to
Dominic Barlow
do the math.
Yeah. Look at the free agency for the next couple years. Okay, fine. That's fine. Anyway, so, Johnson. I mean, like, is Dalen Terry going to get a regular contract next season? Who knows? I mean, actually, I wouldn't mind if Dalen Terry, I was saying, like, does he get a regular contract for the next couple of years?
You can't give a regular contract to all your two-way guys. They're not that good.
I mean, out of the 3 of them, Marjan is probably the most likely to get one.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
That's fair.
All right, Lucas.
Yeah. All right.
You wanted to talk about which team would move east? If we want to move this Minnesota or New Orleans.
So, I mean, the rumor is it's either going to be Minnesota or New Orleans. So I guess there's 2 thoughts to this. One, is it 3 divisions or 4 divisions per conference then? And do you do 4 teams per, or do you do 5, 5, and 6? I say you do 4 divisions, right? Yeah. So let's just keep it simple like that. Minnesota, you have a pretty good central division with them, Milwaukee, Chicago, Detroit, right? And then, like, you could do Indiana, Cleveland, Toronto, and I don't know. Name me another team, right? I don't know.
Boston, New York, whoever's north. I guess Boston, right?
Yeah. So I mean, like you could do it certain ways.
Memphis or New Orleans in the southeast. That just makes more sense to me.
So then, New Orleans is not an option here. It's going to be either Memphis or it's
the article I read mentioned New Orleans.
Okay, well, let's talk about New Orleans.
I think it would be Memphis, and I think Memphis would be in the southeast.
Memphis geographically makes the most sense, right? Yeah. Memphis makes geographically. They would be southeast. Washington
Tennessee's
would come.
Not in the west.
Yeah, no, Tennessee is not. Well, they were in the west when they were in Vancouver, and that's why. So, like, I guess my thing is, like, okay, so then if you go to 4 divisions, like, okay, hang on, let me get an NBA map here.
Yeah, well,
NBA franchise map.
Southeast would be Miami, Orlando, Atlanta, and Memphis.
Okay, hang on.
Northeast,
Start over again.
you get Memphis, Miami, Atlanta, and Orlando.
Okay,
In the
so Memphis
Southeast.
or Atlanta, Miami, Orlando. That's 4. Okay,
You
so
can
then
do an
this.
East Coast team of like Charlotte, Philly, New York, Boston.
Do you
You
do
put them.
Charlotte? All right, I think you do Philly,
Where
Brooklyn.
else would Charlotte go? Charlotte needs
No,
to
no.
be.
Just hear me out. Charlotte, Washington, D.C.,
Yeah,
Philly, Brooklyn.
yeah,
I
yeah.
think that's it. And then you have a Northeast team, and that's
Wait,
you,
Charlotte, Washington, Philly, New York.
Brooklyn. No, I mean, see, that's the thing. Like, right? Does Philly get taken away from like the Eastern, like the Atlantic Division? Because
Let's
like
pretend Charlotte's in the Midwest and just do
you
it that way.
could, I mean, you could, or you could put Memphis in the Midwest. That might be
That
easier.
might actually be what happens. That's a good.
Okay, so
That's
let's keep the
probably what happens.
Southeast Division the same, right? You put then you shift. Then what? You have Washington. You still need to have a fourth. Oh
Okay,
gosh,
no, let's do it. Let's
this.
go.
Hang on.
Miami, Atlanta, Orlando, and Charlotte are in the Southeast.
Okay,
The Northeast is Philly, Washington, New York, Brooklyn,
Boston, Brooklyn. Yeah,
Boston. Can go
you
with
can only have.
Cleveland,
Okay,
Indianapolis, and Memphis.
you forgot about Toronto.
Toronto is with Detroit and Milwaukee.
Okay, hang on. You're
This
losing.
stinks.
You're
I
losing. You're
can't do it.
okay. So let me try. Let me try now. So I
I
think your
don't Minnesota.
Southeast division is correct, right? Then I think you have a Mid Atlantic division, which I think is gonna have to be. I think it's gonna have to be
Boston.
Washington.
Okay, sorry.
So Washington, Philly, New York, and Boston. The Knicks and Boston.
Brooklyn.
No,
You can't keep Brooklyn out.
I think you
You can't
got
put
to.
Brooklyn and New York in different divisions. It doesn't make sense.
Ugh. Well, then relocate Brooklyn because they're not. Anyway,
Let me pull up a map of the U.S.
I'm pulling up the. I have the NBA map right in front of me. That's what I'm doing.
I see. Sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. That's why I think Minnesota would be a cleaner fit.
You might be right. Maybe you're right.
Let me just experiment with Minnesota. Okay, so you have Minnesota, Milwaukee, Chicago, and let's do Detroit, right?
Yep.
Then you have you have Indianapolis, Cleveland, Toronto, Washington, Philly, Nets, Knicks, Celtics, and
yeah.
then Charlotte, Atlanta, Magic, Heat.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
I think that's your best bet. I love Washington being in a
That really screws Washington, but that's fine.
but like we don't care about Washington, right? So like no, I think that's your best bet, right? And then on the west side,
Let me try to do this with Memphis one more time. Now that I'm
Okay.
looking at the map too.
I mean, really, you can just replace Minnesota with Memphis and keep that division. You know, Milwaukee, Chicago, Detroit, and Memphis. Or you could do Milwaukee,
Okay.
Chicago. Yeah.
Here's
Hang
my
on.
bold. Let me experiment with this. Let's say we move the Bucks to the West.
What?
Two.
No,
Let's
we
just-
can't.
hypothetically.
We can't.
Why not?
If you move the Bucks to the West, then you have to move Minnesota and Memphis to the
I'm
East.
moving Memphis and New Orleans. They're in the South. They're in like the.
Okay, fine. So you're moving
Okay.
Milwaukee to the West.
Georgia?
Okay, chaos, but fine.
Atlanta, New Orleans, Orlando, Miami, Memphis, Charlotte,
Washington.
Indiana, Chicago, Washington, Philly.
See,
Indiana,
you're doing too
Chicago,
much. You're getting
Detroit, Cleveland,
confused.
then New York, Brooklyn, Boston, Toronto.
So Philly's not going to be in the same division as New York and Boston anymore.
Philly would be in the same division as Washington, Indiana, and Cleveland.
No. No. Shame on you. Shame.
It's great for well, not really. Those are pretty good teams probably in
And
2028.
Washington's going to be good in a couple years.
Yeah,
So
well,
let's just go with Minnesota. Let's just say Minnesota. My model works. Okay, I think my
I think
model's
we
the
should move
most.
OKC to the East.
I mean, don't no, we're not doing
I'm
that. Okay,
sorry.
so let me just go with Minnesota. So then the West with the two expansion teams. Here's
Yes.
what I think the West should look like.
Okay.
In like the Northwest Division, you have Sonics, Blazers,
Mm-hmm.
Kings, Warriors.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
Then you have in the
Mm-mm.
Midwest Division, you have Utah, Nuggets, Vegas, and Thunder. In the Southwest Division, you have basically what it is right now, Pels and the three Texas teams. And then wait a second, hang on, did I? No, wait a second. Which team am I missing for the Lakers division? Hang on.
Clippers? Suns?
Clippers, Lakers, Suns.
I think it would be New Orleans, Rockets, Spurs, Mavericks.
Yeah, that's easy.
Thunder, Denver, Utah, Phoenix. 4 LA teams. Then Portland, Seattle, Vegas, and
I don't know. Suns has always been in the same
missing
division.
one.
Yeah, this is trick. Hold up. Why are we messing up here? Hang on.
Maybe we do need to move 2 teams.
Hang on. No.
I know, math, whatever.
Okay, so hang on. Let me just do this again. So Northwest would be Seattle, Portland.
We're forgetting Memphis is what we're forgetting.
Oh yeah, Memphis. Okay, Memphis would have to be. Oh crap, where would Memphis go?
New Orleans. Rockets,
Okay.
Spurs.
I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Memphis, New Orleans, same Southwest Division as before.
No.
Yeah. No, it's
Memphis, New Orleans, Rockets, Spurs. Mavericks move up with OKC, Denver, and Phoenix. 4 California teams, and then Utah, Vegas, Seattle, and Denver. Right?
Maybe.
That checks out, right?
Maybe.
Maybe.
I
I don't know if it does. I still feel like we're missing someone, but that's fine.
That's okay. Well, anyway, so this was a fun exercise. We'll get more information as we get closer to expansion. That was fun. Anything other in the NBA that you want to talk about? Any MVP races, any stats, or anything with any teams?
I mean, look, Cade is hurt. MVP race. Seems like Shea's gonna win.
I don't know. People are making a lot of noise for Luka.
Yeah, that's fair. I think it should still be Shea or Jokic personally, but
I don't think. I think Jokic. I don't know. The Nuggets haven't looked a little shaky.
That's fair. It's probably gonna be Shea.
It's probably gonna be Shea. I don't look. If you break a Wilt Chamberlain record mid-season, you're probably gonna win MVP. Whether I like it or not.
It's good for my brand.
I bet it is. I do want to talk about one guy who. Can we just talk about how underrated Jalen Johnson is as a superstar? And I don't like using superstar as a term a lot, but he's a superstar, right? Like the guy is just ridiculous. I
agree. I was thinking today. It's been a while since you roasted me for my top 100. We might have to do that soon with the season wrapping up.
Jalen Johnson, hot take for your top 100. Definitely a top 10, arguably a top 5. I think he's a top.
Right.
Look, the guy's averaging. Look, 23 points, 10.5 rebounds, 8 assists while shooting almost 50% from the field, essentially 35% from the 3-point line. Dude, how can you not say he's not a top 10? How can you say that? I'm sorry.
I'm not saying he's not definitively. I'm saying I have to make the list. I mean, look, I can pull up the Ringer list right now.
I would like to know what I'm curious what the Ringer has to say.
Let's roast the Ringer.
Yeah, right. Because Bill Simmons is a hater. Yeah. Who?
Jokic.
Yeah, okay. That's not surprising. They love Jokic.
Shea 2.
Yeah, that's fine.
Wemby 3.
Yeah, that's fine.
Luka 4.
Yeah, that's fine.
Giannis 5. You're not putting Jalen Johnson over any of those guys. I'm sorry.
Okay, fine.
And Edwards at 6.
Okay.
Kawhi Leonard at 7. It's hard to deny this season. I mean,
this season, but okay, I guess if we're counting this
totality, he's a
season.
2-time Finals MVP. I
Yeah.
mean,
Okay. Fine.
he's Kawhi.
Fine.
Steph 8.
He's lost a step.
Yeah, but I mean,
I don't know if I don't know that one.
No?
That one I would argue. Okay. I need to see Steph's. Let's see, Steph Curry. I don't even see him on ESPN because he doesn't qualify right now scoring wise. Yeah, he's missed too many games. Jalen Johnson has not.
27, 5 assists, 39 from 3.
Jalen's having a better season. He's having a better season than Steph. Ooh, that's a tough one. That's a tough. So I think offensively they're a wash. Better. I don't think Steph Curry should be 8. I don't think Steph Curry deserves to be in the top 10 this season. I don't.
Okay, but Donovan Mitchell is 10. I think he's better still.
Debate. Better offensively, but defensively, Jalen Johnson's a monster.
They have Jaylen Brown at 11.
He's better than Jaylen Brown.
I'm opposed to this particular ranking, but whatever. They have Brunson 12. Maxey
better than
13.
Brunson. Who?
Maxey 13.
He's probably having a better season than Maxey, and I hate to say that, but he is.
Wow. Okay.
He's a better, 14. Well-rounded, all-around, well-rounded player than Tyrese Maxey, and that's not any shade to Maxey. Maxey's a better scorer, obviously, a better dribbler, but in terms of well-rounded, this guy's what we hoped Ben Simmons would become. I'm just saying.
Kevin Durant 14. Jamal Murray 15.
He's better than Jamal.
16.
Who?
Devin Booker.
Better than Booker this season.
Scotty Barnes 17.
Better than Scotty.
Harden, 18.
Better than James.
Denny Avdia 19.
Better than Denny.
And Jalen Johnson 20.
Yeah, he's better than half the people in the teens.
All right. Well, yeah. I'll get cooking on my list.
I'll be making, and this summer I will be making my own positional rankings, like we did last summer. Excited about that.
Yes, and I will roast those.
And I'll roast your list too. That's the point of these roasts. So the roast, it's a roast.
That's right.
Bring the barbecue, right?
Absolutely. I love barbecue. Mm-hmm. All right. Anything else you want to talk about, Lucas, before we wrap things up?
Has the hate on Paulo stopped? Has he finally figured it out this season?
He's doing better. He's got to do it in the playoffs, I think, is where we're at.
And with Franz.
I think Franz is better comfortably, but yeah.
Can we just say that he did have a really good playoffs run last year, though? Like, he did have a really good playoffs run last year.
Who?
Paulo.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Like, we'll see what happens with Orlando.
So can we talk about how, like, Jason Tatum looks like 90% of himself already, and it's been less than, like, 10 games?
I mean, what did we expect?
I don't know.
You know that Paolo Banchero's middle name was Napoleon? I didn't know that.
That is crazy. Like, dynamite, man. That's
Paolo
dynamite.
Napoleon James Banchero.
That is crazy.
Heck yeah.
not 2 middle names. I mean, I have 2 middle names, but
that's
Napoleon
awesome.
being one of them, that's wild work, man.
I'm going to steal that if I ever have a kid.
Just name him Napoleon, yeah. So hang on, going back to the East standings real quick. Can we just look at this real quick? So right now, we're in the play-in, we're 7th, right? We're tied with Atlanta for 6th right now, right? They have the tiebreaker because they spanked us every game this season. So we have to play. So Charlotte would be playing what, us? Right now, if we played Charlotte in a play-in game, we lose. Simple as that. We lose.
Yep.
Yeah, that's Charlotte is a problem. Look, if Detroit runs into Charlotte in the first round, Charlotte wins. If Cade is not 100%,
Cade is hurt. Charlotte wins.
What if Cade is not? What if Cade's playing, but he's only 50% of like 75% of himself?
I probably veer back towards Detroit, but we'll have to see what shape he's in exactly.
I don't know. The Hornets are like the We Believe Warriors team. Do you remember that team? You might have been
Yeah,
young, but
yeah.
yeah. Like Charlotte, gosh. What is the head coach's name? It's not Charlie Bell, is it? It's
Charles Lee.
Charles Lee, yeah. Shout out to Charles Lee. He's figured out the sauce. He's figured out the sauce to make it work in Charlotte. Kudos to him. Yeah, but if we have to play Charlotte and play and we lose that game, and then we play the winner of the Orlando Miami game, I mean the loser of that game, right? Or do we play? I don't. Hold up. Do we play the loser, or are we just out?
All right. Well,
I forget how the plan works. We're not there very often.
we're in the 7th seed. We would play the Magic. Winner gets the 7th seed. Loser plays the winner of 9-10 for the 8th seed.
Okay, so Charlotte would definitely beat Miami in that. I'm calling that one.
Yeah.
We probably lose to Orlando as if is right now. If we're healthy, then that's not a problem. And then we get stuck playing Boston again.
Well, no,
if we're in the 7th seed as is right now, we play Boston. Or gosh, I'd rather play
Tank. It's an option.
Really?
It's
is it
unseemly and not ethical? But I don't know, man.
Dude, there's like almost mathematically no way that the Bucks are going to catch up to 10 games, even if we lose every game moving forward. It's not.
Yeah, but I'm saying you get into the 9-10 range and you lose the playing game, and you're in the lottery.
No.
I know it's not going to happen. It's probably not even the right move at this point. But
yeah, no, the right move is just to lean into it.
We probably beat Orlando if Joel and Paul George are back, to be frank. Maybe not. Maybe not. Who
is
knows?
Maxey going to be healthy enough to play in the play-in? Is he going to be back in time?
I don't know.
I'm worried about that, right? Can we win a play-in game without Tyrese Maxey?
Is anyone going to be healthy enough for the playing game? Will we have anyone out there?
Paul George should be healthy, at least physically. I don't know about that mental health stuff, but
we'll get a fresh Paul George in the playoffs. It's what we always wanted.
Right?
We've been dreaming of it.
Joel, on the other hand, we don't know.
He might be fresh too. He's getting a nice break.
He's getting a break, but he's going to be out of shape. But he's going to be out of shape, though, Chris. That's the problem.
Sixers.
The We Believe Sixers. You know what would be great if somehow, like, okay, so the Knicks are only a half game out of second place with Boston. I'd rather play the Knicks in the first round than Boston. I know that we've lost to both in the first round within the past, like, 5+ years, but I'd rather play the Knicks. I feel like...
Boston is going to win the East this year. I don't want to play Boston ever again.
No. Not with Joe Mazzulla coaching. Maniac. Yeah, no. I mean, look, New York would be the ideal option if somehow either, getting back into the 6th spot is not out of the question yet either, by the way. And we should also know we've
get to the 5 spot.
Theoretically, yes, we could.
We're only a game behind Toronto.
But do we want to play James Harden actually, yes, we do want to play James Harden in the playoffs. Absolutely, yes.
That would be the one series where he's just awesome the whole way through. That's how it goes.
Even if we got to Game 7?
You know how it goes with the Sixers. We don't get nice things, Lucas. You think we're really pushing this Cleveland team to 7 games anyways?
I mean, I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Like, okay, look, and I know this is a big if, and we really need to stop saying if.
We've been saying this for how many years?
But I'm just saying Joel dominates Cleveland when he is healthy, right? Because, Evan Mobley nor Jared Allen are really any type of problem for Joel, right? Despite their really being good defensive players against the majority of players in the NBA. Joel is not one of them. He eats them for breakfast.
Yeah, so my counterpoint is that Donovan Mitchell has had quite a bit of success against us as well.
That's fair. That's fair. Counterpoint, we have a VJ this year that can actually defend.
I trust VJ against Jalen more than Donovan's a different kind of animal. He's really just a beast.
I get that, but VJ. And if, Quentin Grimes is as good as you say he is defensively, then, Grimes coming off the bench.
Grimes is not gonna stop Donovan Mitchell. Okay?
But he's a good 3-and-D
Everyone's
player. I
saying
thought that's what
Don't put that on me. He is a fine defensive player. Yeah.
Okay,
I don't
well,
think the Sixers are getting out of the first round. That would be where I put my money right now. I'm open to changing my heart, but
by the way, I should note that Toronto's only 500 in the past 10 games too, so they could drop too. They're
Philly
without
somehow won 6 of their last 10. It does not feel that way.
who? Oh, Atlanta.
Philly.
Oh yeah, 6 of their last 10 somehow. Yeah, right.
I know it's kind of wild.
Right. I mean, I know we won our last 2, but
mostly
like
bad teams. But
yeah, I mean, look, we do have a soft schedule at the end of the season, so there is that.
Yeah.
Outside of tomorrow night's game, which we're going to get slaughtered.
We're
a Poncho guys. It's a slaughterhouse.
I mean, it's not really that easy of a schedule. I mean, we have Minnesota, Detroit, San Antonio, Houston.
Detroit without Cade, though.
Still, it's not like a pushover.
That's fair.
Charlotte, Miami aren't pushovers either. It's really not that easy of a schedule. That's fine. Whatever. Who cares?
Yeah. The last 2 games should be...
hope.
Hey. The last 2 games should be winnable. Indiana and Milwaukee, right? If, Giannis decides that he is going to listen to the team and shuts it down, right? Jesus. Okay. Yeah, this is not going to be fun, guys.
Back for the last game just to spite us.
Just to spite us. Okay. Anyway, so on that note, I think it's time to wrap things up.
Yeah, guys. Iowa beat Florida today. Go Hawkeyes.
Oh, no.
What?
You really mumbled that up.
Shut up. Go Hawkeyes. All right. Thanks everyone for tuning in to another episode of the Sixers Sense podcast. Like, subscribe, follow along if you can. We are on Apple, Spotify, Google Play, and on YouTube. You can find us on social media at Sixer Sense on Twitter, at the Sixer Sense on TikTok. You can find us on Twitter at Kline NBA and at CoachJ_20. And until next time, go Sixers. We'll talk soon. Peace out.
Deuces.